Hey guys, and welcome to another video. So I hope you guys enjoyed last week's video. It was a little bit different. I just thought, instead of just always make my videos exams, revision and all of that, maybe just mix it up and have something like just a bit of cooking. And if any of you did make the granola bars, I hope you enjoyed them. I loved mine. I still have some left. And they're super, super yummy, and they're actually really filling, and you don't feel like guilty. You're not like, oh, I just ate loads and loads of whatever. You're just like, I had a granola bar and it was yummy, so that's always good. Also, I don't know if any of you've realised, I hope you like this. Basically, I had all my like Polaroids over there, then I was like, oh, it might be a bit cute to have them like in the background, so yeah. So what am I doing today? Today, I'm doing something that I think some of you are going to enjoy, because lots and lots of people, even though I did a video on like how to revise and I've done bunches of videos on that, still people are like, give me some tips on revision. So I came up with a couple more, and as it is Easter and we've got like maybe a week, 2 weeks depending where you're from, off, I thought maybe just give you some helpful tips that will, just like boost your revision. And yeah. So I've got 5 tips, and hopefully they're gonna be helpful. Number 1, change your setting. This may work for some of you, may not work for some others. For me, I find that just like being in the same place again and again and again, like I enjoy routine, but sometimes I like to change it up a little. Usually like this right here, my bed, is pretty much where I do all my work. Like literally behind you guys, I have a little room where I have a desk, I have the space to like properly work and all of that, but I just love my bed, and so I pretty much just do all my work here. I think it's sometimes really important just to mix it up, like so now sometimes I go work in my sister's room, or like today I went to the library and it was actually really good. As much as it's like, oh, I like my routine, I like doing things in a regular manner, it's nice to change it up a bit. And the library's a really great place. I know lots and lots of my friends always go to libraries, and my main reason for not going is because I'm lazy, but I've got a library that's literally about a 10-minute walk away, which isn't that much. And so I went there today and it was really, really nice. It was really quiet, really peaceful, and it's great. There's literally, you're surrounded by resources, whether that's textbooks or computers, so it's great if you don't understand something or want to look something up. But yeah, so definitely I would recommend to just change up your setting, mix up a little. You don't need to keep being in the same place doing the same stuff. It can get boring, a bit tedious. So yeah, change up your setting. Number 2 is to revise with friends. And once again, this is something I did today. You don't necessarily need to go to a library to revise with friends. You could have some people over at your house or revise at another friend's house, something like that. And I think revising with friends, I suppose first of all, it just makes it more enjoyable. Personally, when you're by yourself, sometimes you can just get really tired, switch off, go on social media, get distracted. But when you're with your friends, it's great, it's just a bit different dynamically, I suppose. And, for me, I always find that I'm like during like Easter or like half terms, I have a bunch of friends who are like, can we meet up? And I'm like, yes, I want to meet up with you, but I also have loads and loads of work, so why not combine the two and do work, but with friends? Yay! Yeah, and I suppose also sometimes, there are some topics that you just don't understand, but then when someone explains it to you, i.e. a friend, it makes it all better. And vice versa, if there's something your friend doesn't understand and you can explain it, then great. So, it's just having that like an extra guide there. And also like with some people, if you take like essay-based subjects, like personally I take like maths, biology and chemistry, so not really, when it comes to marking exams, it's really easy usually, because it's just like, oh, have I included this keyword? Have I got this, the working out for this answer, that kind of stuff. But I know if people take like a lot of humanities, whether you're like a history kind of person or like a philosophy, those kind of subjects, you're writing like essays for your exams, and it can be really difficult to like mark it. Like I was talking to my friend today, and she takes history, and she was saying how helpful it is when someone else reads her like her answers, just like it's just a lot easier than her marking it herself, looking through a mark scheme. So, once again, working with friends, if you're taking those kind of subjects, super duper helpful. You can get someone else's opinion and see if you're going along the right track. Number 3, I suppose it's a little bit extra, but it's super helpful, reading around your subjects. if there's something that you're particularly interested in, like when we were doing viruses, I was all like, whoa, I like this, and I just kept reading up on it. Or like HIV for me is something really interesting, so I just kept reading up on it. So maybe there's something like that, whether that can be pretty much in any subject. If there's something you're finding interesting, or on the other hand you find something really like difficult, you don't understand it, this is your time. You have free time, work at it, just keep at it. Or if some of you guys are in year 12, like myself, you might be trying to do some further reading, and I'm pretty much playing catch up with further reading because our school like set us like time to read and to do book reports, but I was a little bit slow on that, and so now is pretty much my time where I'm like, I've got a whole day off to do whatever I like, let's just sit down and get reading. And it's interesting, but also at the same time it's helpful, it's great, especially year 12, you want to, for universities, great to put it down in your personal statement or in interviews. Further reading is brilliant. Or if it's not looking at uni and just to build your knowledge on something, then sure, go ahead. It's effort, but it's great and it's useful, so you should probably do it. Tip number 4. Same kind of line, but instead of reading around your subject, reading ahead, which, for some of you might be like, how are we reading ahead when I still don't understand what I'm doing now? Fair enough, but to those who are like, I'm happy where I'm at, I understand everything, I seem to be getting like my questions right, all of that, instead of just like going over the same thing, maybe just, read up, look at the next thing, what's the next chapter on? Your teacher's going to be super duper impressed, I'm sure, and it also makes it like a lot easier on yourself when it comes to it in like lessons. You're kind of just there like, oh, I know this, it's easier. A little bit of independent work never hurt anyone. I would like to be in that position where I'm like, oh, I can just flick ahead. Currently not. I've still got a lot more work to do on the things I'm doing now, but hopefully this time next week I can be reading ahead and I can be feeling a bit more confident and happy with how the year's going. So yeah, definitely, if you do have the time and you are happy where you are, try reading ahead a little. I'm sure your teacher's going to love you for it and you will love you for it as well. And my final tip is to list out your topics, which sounds like a little bit basic, but it's very helpful. And this is the first thing I did, literally, I think it must have been last Saturday when I just sat down and I was like, whew, I have a lot to do over the next 2 weeks. And so I have a list somewhere there on my desk, and it's pretty much just all the different topics. I've got like chemistry, all my topics for physical chemistry, all my topics for organic, same with biology, all my topics, math, C1 topics, CT topics, S1 topics, all of it down. And I will admit, it does look very daunting, and you're kind of sat there like, oh my gosh, why do I have so much? I can't do this, and you might just have a bit of a meltdown. But after the meltdown, you're a bit like, oh, okay, this is what I need to do. And I suppose in some ways it's like a bit of a motivator. If you're someone who's like really slacking on things, just take a look at that list and you will get straight back to work. You're just there like, oh shoot, no, I should do that. And also one way that's really good, and it's something like they do at school, which we're kind of like, oh, why do we do that? But it's super helpful. Rag rating, or just generally giving like, maybe you can either use like a colour code of red, amber and green, or like number system, 1, 2, 3. Red being like topics that you struggle with, green being topics you're great at. Same thing with 1, maybe you're good at, 3 you're not so good at. And that's just like a really good visual representation just to see like how helpful is that on a list, seeing what you need to work at and what you're fine with. That's like brilliant, right? And so yeah, maybe that's something you want to be doing. I know it's something you would probably do at the beginning of the week, but we still have time. We still have like a week and a half. It's not too late. So yeah, so those are my 5 tips. I hope they're helpful. I know some of you are probably like, you just talk about revision, stop. But some of you hopefully are going to be like, those are really good and helpful. If they were helpful, thank you. And also do comment down below what else do you want me to talk about? Do you want me to still keep talking about exams or revision? Or do you want more cooking videos? What do you want from me? Comment down below. Feel free to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And obviously don't forget to subscribe to the Student Room for lots more awesome content. And don't forget, I have my own channel, Bit of a Fangirl, where I talk about pretty much anything and everything. And this week's video is all about NCS, so to those who are in year 11 or year 10, or maybe you've done NCS and you just want to know how I felt about it, there will be a video on that on my channel very, very soon. And feel free to follow me on Twitter, which is @_ManishaP, or Instagram, which is bit of a fangirl. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I hope you found this helpful, and I hope you're having a wonderful Easter as well. Love you guys lots and lots and lots. Bye!